Cruising down Manchester Street in my drop top, chillin' where you gotta keep the heat when the block hot. Cruising down Manchester Street in my drop top, chillin' where you gotta keep the heat when the block hot. Yeah, on the east side and the west side. Yeah, on the east side and the west side. Cruising down Manchester Street in my drop top, chillin' where you gotta keep the heat when the block hot. Crown in my head, I'm getting my.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy CMJ, bringing y'all another episode of Total Fandom. This time, I'm going to do it a little different. Um, I'm going to just do NBA player props today. Yes, sir. Just the entire video dedicated to the props for Monday slate. We got a 15-game slate. Uh, the entire NBA is playing today because they aren't playing tomorrow for I think the election. So or the last day to vote, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. I'm a little behind on it, but you know what I'm saying. Like uh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Today we talking basketball. And we got one Monday Night Football game that I'll get into. I'll recap some of my picks from yesterday. Had one one pretty good hit. Not gonna lie. But yeah, if you like the video, you know what I'm saying, subscribe, like, you feel me? When you get to the end, let me know if you got some comments or some other lines that I like missed or you think that are favorable, and I can put them put them in the pin comment, you know. So yeah, all right. Like I said, 15 game slate. I'm excited about today. I've been doing pretty good with some of these lines. Just to give you some examples, like the Jakopoto rebound line, I've been taking that a lot over the last couple of weeks. It's been really good until the last time he played, where he got a shooting foul, and then like with 6 minutes left in the game or something like that, he literally reached in on De'Aaron Fox and picked up his last foul. I don't understand why you're reaching on De'Aaron Fox. That game went to overtime. He fouled out with 9 fouls, and I mean he fouled out with 9 rebounds, and so that would have been a clean over for Podol against the Kings. Then we had Shingun, who I don't even want to talk about Ime Udoka and Shingun right now. Like, I don't understand why one of your best players doesn't play majority of the fourth and overtime. I just don't get it. I'm literally watching the game. I'm not understanding. Anyway, I won't go into that. He did catch the double-double, but he didn't go over 10 and a half rebounds, which is the line that I really like that game. And the 14 and a half rebounds and assists, he literally hooked. He had 14. Um, but I had some other really good picks. LaMelo Ball hit over on his points twice. Uh, some other really good ones that I probably am not. Jokic. He was supposed to get a triple double against the Jazz. He had 9 assists, and literally he like two or three of his next like passes that were supposed to be assists late in that third quarter before he got pulled. They just missed the shot. So he ended up with like 16 rebounds, 9 assists. Killed, like just crushed the point total for him. I think was or no, well, no, he was starting to climb. He had 15 points, and then he hit a couple. He had like three threes in the third quarter. Then he got to like 26 points. So he killed the PRA line. Um, I like taking Jokic. I like taking Jokic, and I did take the 8.5 assists, and that cash, but the 10 assists alt line did not cash. He had 9, so I was hurt. But anyway, let's get on to today. Let's cook. I will be posting this on YouTube and little clips here and there on Instagram and X, uh, TikTok as well. I'll eventually be able to do that later today. Um, and yeah, I will start with. Okay, so I'm recording this video around 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it's almost noon. The game started in like 5 hours. The first game started like roughly 4.5 hours, something like that. So I looked at the lines last night around midnight, 1 a.m. Got up around 9, 10 a.m. Looked at the lines again. A lot of the lines haven't changed, thankfully. But as the games, start to get closer, more people start to bet. These lines will get bumped. Some of them. So just be wary of that as you're watching this video moving forward. Like I said, a lot of these bets I'm giving you are like just my. I'm going like a lot of these are my gut feeling pick'ems, but I'll give you guys some numbers and some stats to go with it. So it's not like I So it's not like I'm just going off with my heart or stuff like that. I give you a little, I give you, I'm gonna give you, I give you something, I give you something, I give you something. Anyway, that first game, Milwaukee at Cleveland. I'll just say this: Giannis, uh, 25-point alt line is a pretty safe bet in this game. It's probably the safest bet in this game for me. But and I don't mind. I won't at this point. Giannis points is a lot. If you want to go 29 and a half, if you think he's gonna get that, you want to go for the money, cool. I'm gonna go with the alt line here. Not worried about what JB talking about. Uh, and this, I mean, like I said, safest play here. And who's gonna like for me like this? I go a little bit like yeah, I can give you the numbers right here on the screen, but for me, it's like who's when I watch the games, when I watch Giannis, and like who's gonna stop Giannis? That's my thing. Who's gonna stop Giannis? And it's literally Giannis and Dame are the offense. So Dame is gonna have his hands full with Donovan Mitchell, and which he can't guard him anyway. Now the other line, speaking of Mitchell, in this game that I was gonna look at, possibly bring up is the Donovan Mitchell 25 and a half points. Um, to be honest, I like him to go over here. And I know it's not like something he's been doing a lot this year, but you know, he just had 30 points against Milwaukee. And if you look at the head to head record, then we've got 30, 32. Yeah, he had 23 one time, but then you got 31, 34, 36, 29. Like he just destroys Milwaukee. So if you want to go 25 and a half, 20, over the 25 and a half point, I like that. I like that line. But if you want to go, like I'm on sleeper, so if you want to go with the 25 alt for the safe push, you don't get that much of a drop off with the multiplier, then I rock with that. Um, the Giannis double double is too low. Like that multiplier is too low for me. Yeah, if you want to just flip some money and put that safe thing on, okay. Like maybe if you want to go safe play parlay, you could probably go Giannis double double today, Sabonis double double, Jokic double double, AD double double. Like that'll probably be like all 1.1 multiplier safe play parlay, something like that. I'm kind of gonna try to do a little something a little different. But so for this game, Milwaukee and Cleveland, I like Giannis alt 25. I like Mitchell alt 25. I'm not really looking at anyone else in particular, if I'm being honest. Now, uh, this next game, Golden State and Washington. I Steph Curry's supposed to be coming back. Hopefully he comes back and plays. If not, I'm still going to take this line, a line that I have just been hesitant to take, apprehensive to put on my parlays the last few days. The last 3 games that Washington has played, I've been hesitant to put this line on. Oh, wait. Oh, excuse me. Not Anthony Davis. Jordan Poole. There we go. Jordan Poole, 1.5 blocks and steals. Yes, he has been caking this. Um, 100% hit rate all year. The multiplier on sleeper, if I'm gonna put it up right here, the multiplier 1.53. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'll put 1.53 on my slip. I will. Um, and he even has 100% hit rate in the head-to-head matchup. An this is obviously a revenge game. Jordan Poole against the Warriors. Like, come on, we all know that story. I won't get into that. So, uh, this is the only line I'm really looking at for this game. Bilal Koulibaly. I don't know how you say his last name, but I say Bilal. Listen, bro, been hot. I took his points last game. He did cash. It's just I don't necessarily like him for this matchup. I think he just been too like it's just been too green. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is. You know how it is when you sports bet. It's just been too green. And then you playing the Warriors. He doesn't have a good historical record against the Warriors, but it's a small sample size. I would just if you want to go over points, okay, but I would go under for his PRA. I think it's 22 and a half. I would go under PRA if I was taking a chance and I was betting on Bilal, Bilal, whatever, however you say his name. Um, anyway, then the next game that I have, like as I started on the screen earlier, is the Anthony Davis. Oh, well, this is one of them. The 3.5 blocks and steals. Anthony Davis 3.5 blocks and steals versus The Pistons, he's gone over this 67% of the time this year, 83% in head-to-head matchups against the Pistons. Honestly, I like the money that we're getting for this line, and that's why I was leaning towards it. Obviously, you can go with the points. There's nothing wrong with going with Anthony Davis's points in a matchup against the Pistons. I mean, 67% head-to-head hit rate against them as well. So I, I could. It's a pick 'em for me. It's a pick 'em. Uh, if I'm going with the line, I would give to the public as the safest. I'll probably go with the points. 27 and a half is good money there, but if you want to go alt 25, I'm not mad at that either. I'm not mad at them alt 25, especially for the focal point of the Lakers offense. It's no longer LeBron James, and it's nice to see that Anthony Davis at least is playing like the focal point of the Lakers offense for once. Um, so that's definitely my best bet for the Lakers and Pistons. Anthony Davis, 20 over 27 and a half points will push the alt 25. I like that as well. And then on the back end, if you don't like any of those, then go AD 3.5 blocks and steals if you're feeling frisky about it. So Boston at Atlanta. Gotta enunciate a little better for y'all. We got Jalen Johnson. Listen, I'm putting this up because I understand the Jalen Johnson hype. 13 and a half rebounds and assists. He's been on fire this year. Not gonna lie, I've had some fun betting on him, but I don't know. I worry about him in this matchup. Maybe the rebounds goes over. The assist line is too high for me. It's like 4.5, five, for like 4.5. It's too high for me. But um, if Jalen Brown's not gonna play, if it's gonna be Tatum versus Jalen Johnson on the board, you got Capella. Like I could see Johnson going over this line. I'm not mad at that. If you guys want to go, like I, and it's crazy because I'm posting it like I'm posting the line, but I'm not like so confident. I just something telling me is you know, but I'm not always right. And a lot of these lines where I'd be hesitant or I'd be like the Jordan Poole line, I was hesitant on for days. Been cashing, going with it today, no brainer, not even thinking about it. John Morant, 8.5 assists, no brainer. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm going with it today. So you know what? Uh, I would probably go no brainer, not think about Jalen Johnson here. I probably would. Or his points. His points. Let me see his points. His points line isn't bad. 18 and a half is kind of high. 18 and a half is kind of high. Uh, and the 15 is 1.26. So honestly, what I'm really saying is to say is like obviously with all that emotion and feelings, like you could probably fade Jalen Johnson today or not take him at all. But if you were to take him, the 13 and a half rebounds and assists is probably the safest line to take for him. Um, yeah, that's all I got for Jalen Johnson. The line that I love the most is Derek White at 15. So that's the line that I feel is the safest in this game. Like I said, no Jalen Brown, more than likely. Safest play is Derek White. Derek White's gonna have to score. His 3 pointers made is up to 3.5 now. It's too high. It's too high. It's too high. Even though he's been great shooting the ball. Once you get to that 3.5, it's a little too much for me. Unless you're like Clay Thompson or something, I'm good. Like I don't know. You just know 3.5 is a little much. 2.5, I could live with something like that. Um, But Derek White, 15 points all line. It's a good hit rate here. 86% hit rate on the season so far. 64% against the Atlanta Hawks. No Jalen Brown. So they're going to need someone to score. And speaking of scoring, I have one more line for this game I really like. I think it's underrated. Drew Holiday, 1.5 3 pointers made, 71% on the year, 67% head to head. It's just an underrated line. Like he's gone over this. Like he had three against Charlotte, three against Charlotte twice, uh, but only one against Indiana. It's okay. Like he's only gone under this line twice in the last 7 games. So the hit rate is there. Um, I, and I think it's just not a play that's getting looked at enough. And on sleeper, it's 1.46 the multiplier. So pretty good value if you ask me, and especially a team that's taking so many threes. Um, I like it. I like it, especially. And also, this probably will be a fast-paced game. We got the Atlanta Hawks versus the Boston Celtics, so I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. The next game on the slate. That's it for Boston and Atlanta. Memphis, Brooklyn. Like I said, it's Ja. It's John Morant. It's John Morant. John Morant. Oh, excuse me. John Morant, 8.5 assists is the play. Um, I'm not going to think about it. If you want to push, go all eight. I think it's available on Sleeper. Let me go see real quick. Yep. You want to push, go all eight. The multiplier does go down to 1.2. Alt 10. Um, Alt 10. I might do that. I might do that. But if you want to go 8.5 assists, I mean, just take the straight up play. There's nothing wrong with that. It's at 1.56, 1.58, the multiplier. So not a bad ad at all. If you want to take, if you're looking at if you want to take somebody other than Ja, if you don't trust Ja in this game, then I will go to Camp Johnson assist 2.5. It's a good hit rate so far this season, 71%. Um, Probably gonna need it, especially if Jaren Jackson Jr. plays, which I think he's going to continue to play. That's a pretty tough matchup at the forward position. Um, I can see it happening. I can see this being an underratedly high scoring affair with the pace, with how uh, the Grizzlies play, with how Ja plays, with how the amount of shots Cam Johnson and Thomas and Schroeder they're gonna take. Can see a lot of rebounds in this game. Um, I wish I could take the ED rebound line, but he's just, you can't trust that rookie right now. Can't trust. Maybe in this game, if not Zach, if Nick Claxton isn't playing, the Zach Edey 6.5 rebounds. I know I don't have it up on the screen, but maybe that could be a sneaky play. Sneaky play. We might have to come back to him. Um, but like I said, John Morant 8.5 assists, Cam Johnson 2.5 assists for the Memphis Brooklyn game. That's all I got for that. That's all I got as far as like the plays I feel the best about. Um, if I'm being honest, just don't want to do too much. Like I said, it's 15 games, so it's hard to kind of narrow it down to just a few picks. So I'm doing my best. The next one, we got Demontis Sabonis. Uh, Demontis Sabonis, 19.5 rebounds and assists. The hit rate, it might sweat you. It might sweat you a little bit, but the Heat aren't that good against centers. Bam Adebayo is not on the level of Demontis Sabonis. I could say that, like, feel fine about that. So, I like this play. I like this play really because, oh, I didn't mean to do that. I like this play really because of the Demontis Sabonis rebounds. Alt line, 12 rebounds. Alt. I think he cashes that honestly. Like if anything, I'll probably just lean there. The 12.5 rebounds. I could see that. I could honestly, you know what? Forget the alt line. I'm gonna take the 12. I'm gonna take the 12.5. I am. I'm gonna take the 12.5. If you want to go alt, cool, but I'm gonna take the 12.5 rebounds. I trust him to smash this line. He'll probably grab almost like another 20 boards. And if that's the case, then the 19.5 rebounds and assists will cake. So like I said, I feel really good about Sabonis today. Um, Nobody else in that game though. Like I'm good on Fox, I'm good on DeRozan, I'm good on Butler, I'm good on Autumn. I'm good. Don't even overthink it. Like I said, um, I didn't make any picks for the Utah Chicago game. I staying away from that game. Oh, Kobe White assists, maybe, maybe. But like I said, I'm staying away from that game for the most part. Knicks at Rockets. Boom. So look, we got Carl Anthony Towns, 10 rebounds. This is the alt line. I'm really just posting this line to give you guys something for this game. I really don't like betting on the Knicks, honestly. Um, because like I don't know, it's just too. I don't. There's some teams I just don't like to bet on like that. Like the Hornets is a team I really don't like to bet on if I'm being honest. But Lamelo's like a guy that I would bet on. Carl, this year the rebound line, I'm feeling it. Um, he is basically the only guy that they have rebounding for them at that position right now, starting or getting enough minutes where it's like, okay, you have a good rebound line, where it's not overwhelmingly high, and I feel good about it. You playing against Alperen Sengun and Jabari Smith in the Rockets, who they just came off an overtime loss to the who did they just lose to, and it just pissed me off. Then the Warriors, right, right. Like I said, 10 rebounds should be easy for the starting center of the New York Knicks. That's really how I see this line. And then I'm gonna go with both the starting centers. Like Shingun, I know it's hard to go back to Shingun after last time. I know, I know, I know. But and also his head-to-head record against the Knicks is not good. He has a 20% hit rate for this line against the Knicks, the 9.5 rebounds. However, I will say, uh, that hit rate against the Knicks, like that was Julius Randle and um who's the other Mitchell Robinson and gosh, Isaiah Hartenstein, like that was a really hard team to rebound against. This team is not running those same guys out on the court for those extended amount of minutes. So I think Shingun could go over this line. The 14 and a half rebounds and assists. Well, it was 14 and a half rebounds and assists for Shingun for his last game. It went down to 13 and a half. I might end up taking that play. That might be it's I mean the payout is 1.84 and for the rebounds is 1.89. So I mean either one is really good. You can go double double. I mean it's 1.92 for that. I mean I think Sengun is being highly undervalued here, by the books. So I mean you can see the line here. I don't even have to say much. Um, I mean other than a minutes restriction, like I don't see why he doesn't go over. I mean like I said, he had the double double in 21 minutes last time. So I don't know. I don't understand why he. I just don't understand why he didn't play. I don't understand why he didn't play. And if you look at his log, like look at his log. 20 minutes the last game, right? 34 minutes the game before that. 26 minutes before that. Then 22, 31, 33. What are we doing? Why are our best players not playing starting minutes consistently? I don't understand. Um. So yeah. I'm gonna rock with Shingun again. I know it's hard. I'm gonna rock with him. At the end of the video, I'll probably just narrow it down to my very like favorite, just like five favorite plays, 3 to 5 favorite plays. So it's not too much or too overwhelming for you guys. Um, and then let's go ahead and exit that. Next game. Okay, so Lamelo Ball. I know a lot of people are gonna go with his points. I won with his points last time. This time I'm gonna go his assists. 6.5 assists against, excuse me, against the Minnesota Timberwolves. I like this line for the head-to-head hit rate. I know that he hasn't really been going over this year, but the Timberwolves are still a defensive team. The if you look at this head-to-head hit rate for Lamelo Ball, it's actually pretty good. He bottoms out at 6. So if you want to go alt 6, I like it there. 25 and a half points is good. Like is like, I like that, but um I don't know. I don't know. It's just, like I don't want to just give you the same lines over and over again, especially when you have, the same line is going to hit every single night, and then the line's going to get bumped, and this, that, and the other. So, also, this is a good line. 6.5 assists, 13, 6, 8, 13 in his career against Minnesota. Um, like I said, the head-to-head record is there, and if you look at this year alone, 6 against Boston, 4 against Boston, 6 against Toronto. So at 7, 4, and 11. So yeah, his floor might be 4. So if you alt 6, you're really just sweating the 6 if you don't have to go 6.5. But that's why I gave you the head-to-head record, the head-to-head numbers, so you can see that he's been going over that against Minnesota basically his whole career. Um, so I like LaMelo Ball 6.5 assists in this matchup. Um, I will say the next and the only other line that I would take in this game or think about taking is the Anthony Edwards 3 pointers made. It's 3.5. He's been smashing that this year, no cap. But it's 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 obviously favored to go over. I would alt this. I just would alt this. That's me personally. I would alt this. I don't 3.5 is a lot, you guys. That's a lot. And Anthony Edwards has other ways of scoring the basketball. So if anything, you probably just go alt 25 points at the end of the day. If you think he's gonna make 4 threes, then you just go alt 25 points. Um, just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there for the world to see. Um, I will say Orlando OKC. That game, I really wasn't feeling it. I looked at the lines. I like Shea. I bet on Shea last time he hit. I just don't like. I'm good. The Magic are up and down. I hate like Franz Wagner has burned me a couple of times. I am just off of them. Um, maybe Chet 3.5 blocks and steals might be the only thing I really think about taking from that game. But other than that, I'm leaving that alone as well, just like the Utah and Chicago game. So there's only one line from this Portland New Orleans game that I am going to take, that I'm going to look at, that I'm going to consider. JB kind of faded me from the DeAndre Ayton rebounds line. It's at 10.5, and he's gone over in 2 games against the Pelicans this year. But his head-to-head record against them isn't that good. So I'm gonna stay off of that. I'm gonna stay off of that just for right now, just for the sake of this video. Um, my guy, how do you pronounce this guy's name? Tumani, I think. Tumani Kamara. Yeah, we're gonna take the over 1 threes made. I mean, 86% hit rate on the season, 100% hit rate head to head, and this guy is going to continue. If it's going to continue to be 0.5, I'm going to continue looking at this line every time Portland plays. This game is probably going to like if especially when they're going to play a game where we don't think they're going to win. Like we don't think they're going to beat the Pelicans. We don't think they're going to beat, who did they just play? The Sun. We didn't think they were going to beat the Suns. We didn't think they were going to beat the Thunder, the Clippers. So there's gonna be a lot of games like this. And like, oh god, I'm so crazy because I got it right here on my screen. Um, that game against Phoenix, or I actually have it right here. The game against Phoenix, 1 for 3 from three. The game against OKC, 3 for 5, 2 for 4 against the Clippers, 0 for 1 against Sacramento. That's you can see he didn't hit one that game, but 2 for 3 against New Orleans, 1 for 2 against New Orleans, 2 for 4 against New Orleans. Listen, he's playing New Orleans again. He's giving you it. I mean, he's averaging about 2.5, 3 threes attempted a game. For him to just hit one, I'm taking that. I don't care. I don't care. The money is one, bro. The line is, bro, the multiplier is 1.39, 1.39. I'm putting that on a slip. I'm definitely putting that on the slip. I love that one. Um, and that's really all that I can. That's really all that I can favorably take from this game. Like other than that, I just be like, oh, taking my chances. Um, I'd feel like, and then uh, Pacers, Mavericks. My best line from this game, honestly, is the Clay Thompson 2.5 threes made. I think he's gonna make 3 threes. Um, fast pace. We know the Pacers play at a fast pace. They're gonna need points scored. Um, Clay's just gonna put him up. Honestly, he's just gonna put him up, and that's what makes me feel really good about it. The hit rate is good too, 67% against the Pacers in his career. Um, it's only 50% on the year, but if you look at like I'll take okay, yeah, you had 6, 5, 4. It's gone down. Um, but you hit two against Minnesota, 2 against Houston. You could have gone over. You're taking the shots. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take the line. Um, if you want to go Halliburton assist, he is starting to come alive. This could be another big assist game for Halliburton. It could be a big assist game for Luka Doncic as well. I might do those on a separate ticket. 7.5 for Luka, 8.5 for Halliburger. I might do that on a separate ticket. But for now, my best, like my favorite play from that game is definitely the Clay Thompson 2.5 threes made. Then the next game we got Toronto at Denver. Yeah, I'm going with Jokic again. Yep, I'm going with Jokic again. And this I'm going PR. I mean PR. I'm going with rebounds and assists, 20.5. I don't I don't think we'll sweat this. I don't think we'll sweat this much. He's getting back into triple double form. I want to take the triple double, but I won't this time. It burned me last time. Maybe if I'm feeling frisky later, I'll think about it. But 20 and a half rebounds and assists. I love this for Yoke. Um, like he'll probably grab 12 rebounds, have 9 assists again, or even if he has 13 and 8 or 14 and 7, like he's gonna grab boards. Um, he's gonna play hard. He's gonna hustle. It's Jokic. I feel really good about the line. The hit rate is really good too. For the, I mean, not really good, but it's good enough for me. 67% on the year. I know it's only 57% um against the Raptors, but they are down Scotty Barnes, and I think that is important to note, especially with the other line I'm going to bring up in a little bit. Actually, right now, Jakob Podol, excuse me. Oh, damn. There we go. Sorry. Jakob Podol, over 10 and a half rebounds. If you want to alt 10 this, I don't mind that at all, but I'm going to go over. The last time we played Denver, it's right there on the screen. If you can see right there. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, right there. Yeah. Anyway, you can see uh, had 19 rebounds against Denver on the 28th of October. I will say, uh, like, the hit rate is not there for the year, and the head-to-head record is not there. But Scotty Barnes has been out the last few games, and in those games that Scotty Barnes has been out, Podol has been clearing the glass. Um, and the last game, like I said earlier, or I don't know if I kept that part in this video, so excuse me, but I did mention that I watched Jakob pick up his fifth foul in the fourth quarter, a shooting foul, and then around 6 or 5 minutes left in the game, picks up a sixth foul on a reach in against De'Aaron Fox when he wasn't even the primary defender on De'Aaron Fox. Like, I just don't, like, you're a veteran, dude. What are you doing? And that game went to overtime. So he would have easily cleared this line. I think he goes over again. I'm going to rock with the Jakob Podol, 10 and a half rebounds. Hopefully he doesn't foul out like a goofball. And that's all the picks that I got for you guys right now. I'm going to leave the Philadelphia Phoenix game out, and I'm going to leave the San Antonio Clippers game out. I just got San Antonio versus LA Clippers. I'm going to leave that out because I've already given you guys enough picks, enough information, and those games start at 7 o'clock, um, or 7:15 and 7:30 respectively. It's just, whew, it's a lot. It's a lot. But hopefully, I gave you guys some really good picks for today, some things that you liked. If you guys got some other picks that I missed, or some things that you guys wanted to share or put in the comments, go ahead, let me know. I might put some in the pinned comment. Um, Hoping for a really good day. Hoping for a really good day. Like I said, 15 NBA games. We got the NFL. I do want to mention a lot. Some of the homies asked me for my NFL picks. I'll say these on underdog. Kareem Hunt's rushing attempts were 15 and a half. So if you can take that line, cake that. Like, he's gonna get 15. He's gonna get more than 15 rushing attempts tonight. And the Rashad White 3.5 receptions. If you want to go all three, that's cool too. But I'm gonna take that line on Monday Night Football tonight. And as a backup, maybe Kate Otten, all 5 receptions. But they are playing a really good Chiefs defense that might take him out the game. Um, and not take him out the game physically, but like scheme him out of the game. So, like I said, those are my picks for NBA today. My favorite picks. Uh, so just a quick recap. Um, we got the Giannis alt 25. I like that a lot. I got the Mitchell alt 20. Like that a lot. Um, Jordan Poole, 1.5 blocks and steals. I love that. Anthony Davis, 27.5 points. But if you want to go alt 25, I love that. Um, Jalen Johnson, 13.5 rebounds and assists. I'm not in love with, but if you want to rock with it, rock with it. I'm just acknowledging it because it is a line. I guess I'm gonna hop on the train at some point. But my favorite line for that game is Derek White, alt 15 points. My favorite underrated line for that game is Drew Holiday, 1.5 threes made. Um, Memphis at Brooklyn, we got John Morant, 8.5 assists. I'm going to set it and forget it, as the fantasy football managers would say. Cam Johnson, 2.5 assists. If you want to take something that's a little different, Sacramento at Miami, Sabonis alt 12 rebounds or the 12 and a half rebounds. Either way, I think he goes over this game. Or if you want to go 19 and a half rebounds and assists, then that will cake too. He's going to go over. Um, that's just my opinion though. Knicks at Rockets. I'm gonna trust Shingun one more time. If he sells, he's banned. Towns alt 10 rebounds. He's gonna get the 10 rebounds. Um, I'm probably just saying the alt 10 rebounds. That's the safest play there. If you want to go 10 and a half, I understand. But I'm gonna go alt 10. Uh, Charlotte at Minnesota. I did LaMelo Ball 6.5 assists, but I'm pushing the alt 6 just in case you guys don't feel like that's your cup of tea. I get it. The points are really good. If I'm gonna go points, it's 25 and a half on sleeper. I would probably push for the alt 25, but LaMelo Ball 6.5 assists has a good hit rate against Minnesota, so that's where I'm leaning. Um, Edwards alt 3 pointers made. I'm gonna go alt 3. If anything other than that, I wouldn't touch Anthony Edwards today. I just have a weird feeling about it. If he does hit anything, it'll be the 25 points. But if you're gonna if you're gonna take alt 3, or if you're gonna take the over 3.5 threes made, then you might as well just take the alt 25 points and live with the results. Because you rather have points than threes made, in my opinion, for this particular game. Portland and New Orleans, like I said, my no-brainer, set it and forget it for this one is Tumani Kamara. More than 1 3 made. Like he's been killing that line this year, and if it's not going to get bumped, then I'm going to continue to take it. Um, Indiana at Dallas, I'm going to go Klay Thompson 2.5 threes made. I think he's going to go over that. I know he hasn't hit that in his last 3 games, but this is a game where they're going to need points scored. The pace is going to be up. It's going to be stuck. They're definitely going to put up a lot of threes, especially Klay. I mean, and he's taking enough threes a game for me to feel comfortable enough to take this line, take a chance on that. Toronto at Denver, I got Jakob going over 10.5 rebounds. He's been crushing this as long as Scotty Barnes has been out. So I trust him to go over this again. He had 19 against Denver last time they played, which was 4 games ago. So definitely looking for Poto to go over. And then you got Jokic, who's playing against Poto in this matchup. I'm going to go over 20.5 rebounds and assists. He just is a machine. He's a machine. Like, and soon this line will get bumped up to 21.5, and soon it'll be 22.5 if you ask me. So I'm going to take the value there right now. Not the assist, which is 8.5, and I think that's a value too. But and the rebounds is 11.5. So if the rebounds are set at 11.5 and the assists are 8 or 8.5, just give me the 20.5 rebounds and assists for Yoke. And then I know I said I said I wasn't going to post any lines for the Philly Phoenix game and the Spurs Clippers game, but I will just say I am looking at the Devin Booker 2.5 threes made and the Durant alt 2 3-pointers made. Okay, that's what and the Maxey alt 25 points. I'm looking at those 3 for the Spurs and Clippers. I'm looking at Chris Paul assists, whether it's 7.5 or 8.5. I'm looking at either one of those. I'm looking at Zubac's rebounds, and I'm looking at Wemby's blocks and steals, okay? If I'm being honest, but I'm looking at those. I'm not sold on them yet. I'm not sure. I just need to do a little bit more digging because we have a lot of games that start earlier in the day and also a lot of other lines that I like. So those are my lines for today. I'm gonna get this out to you as soon as I can. It's already noon, so hopefully it's up and out by like 12:30 or 1. You guys can look at these lines, take your favorite picks. You don't have to put them all on the slip, but go ahead and mix and match whatever you like, obviously. And if you like the video, subscribe to the content. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Total Fandom. I appreciate it. Obviously, leave a like, leave a comment of your best picks for this week or this game. I will definitely leave it in the pinned comment if it's something I think is a spicy line or something that I've overlooked, because I obviously won't be perfect or see everything. But it's been fun. It's your boy CMJ. It's Total Fandom. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.